Good evening, brothers. Thanks for coming in on such short notice. I didn't plan on going live tonight, but I had to pop on and say thank you to everybody that got the notification today of the event that I'm planning here in the old Silver Creek area, and to thank everybody that's been supporting us through this idea. So far today, before I was even done work at around 5, you guys had already donated nearly $200 to this cause, and you're not even locals. So I appreciate you guys so very much, and I want you to know that everything you guys have put into this event is going towards the children and a good cause. And so far, the local community has started to notice the posts that I'm putting up, and they're starting to come together on it as well. So, for everyone that doesn't know that's here, which obviously not too many people are here on a random Saturday night, but I'm planning a big Halloween event. Normally, these are things that I would do myself. This year hasn't been a great year, but I still want to give back to the community and show that we can still do something together. So I'm reaching out to everybody around and you guys, of course. And I'm going to host a big event right here at my property where I'm hoping to have, hot dogs and pops for the kids to come and parents to come have a quick, snack or something as they're going through the area. And I'm planning on having, of course, a big bucket of candy that will be handed out, but also have gift bags done and essentially have the kids pick from a blind kind of bucket thing to pull out like which section they go to. So I'm planning on having three sections and three different characters for Halloween. And depending on which one it is will determine the size of the prizes. Now, ultimately, initially, I wanted to essentially have them draw from a raffle to win a small kids quad. Unfortunately, I cannot get the person that has the quad right now to answer me back, but it is what it is. So I was going to drop the link because I believe Father Saunders was actually going to pop on, or if any of you guys want to pop in and say hello, um, I'd love to hear from you guys. I know this is a bit of a random thing, but I wanted to at least address what's going on. And, anybody that isn't here right now can probably join in tomorrow evening. I plan on doing an actual live stream that's set and give everybody time to pop on and say hello and see what's going on with everyone. So again, guys, I can't thank you enough for all that you've done and all that you've donated. And I'm hoping to be able to do a video tomorrow for the community website and acknowledge that, essentially you guys have been donating to a cause in a community that you don't even belong to, and to thank you guys for everything that you're doing to help out. What's up, brother Ghost, brother JR, Mr. Hemi, MGTOW Cowboy? Hello, sir. Yes, it is a late one, but this one was kind of a random off the shoot, so no worries if you're late. But the event, as I've kind of played it out in my mind, looks pretty darn good. I plan on using a lot of the local areas, basically harvest as kind of like um, features for decorating the area. So I'm trying to find people that are willing to just donate like their corn stalks after they pick the corn, obviously, and maybe some straw bales that we can set up. But I plan on doing my whole yard in the front here, and it's a pretty big yard, so I may even be able to set up like a corn maze and let the kids go through there. Maybe find another little bucket with treats in it. But I want to host probably one of the better events out here because the past few years, nothing happens out here. Like nothing. The adults don't fucking do anything for for these, community events. They just don't do it. It's like nobody wants to get together. So I'm basically forcing people to get together and we'll do it on my property rather than what's set as community property to be used. And you know what? The kids in the area are going to have a great time. I personally love Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year. And to see all the kids coming out, and having fun, it just makes me happy. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it costs. The first year that I lived up here was obviously just after COVID kind of came out, and I did up these huge gift bags for kids. Just huge gift bags. I spent like fucking $500 or $600 just on candies and chips, and I built the biggest fucking gift bags I could. And I think it was 89 of them or 98 of them. I had 98 and I only got 12 people. And that was fucking devastating. So I went on a bit of a tangent, talking about how fucking much bullshit this was that nobody brought their kids out to even just drive by and grab these gift bags. And the next year, I had a much better response. I had like 200 kids, which was great. You know, that made my day. And I'm hoping this year, because people kind of see that there's a rhythm going on here, I'm hoping this year that, we'll have even more people come out. And of course, the coof thing's over with. So to hell with that, right? Um, and we can get back to some kind of normal, but it's going to be a great community effort. I'm going to try to talk to a couple of what I consider pillars in the community to see if they want to come over to my place and help out with this event. You know, play characters in the essentially the areas that are set up for the kids to pick up their prizes, or just to help hand out hot dogs and whatnot. But it's going to be a good event, and really, guys, it could not have happened without you guys. Our brother Smurf, who's not here right now, he was good enough to donate. Brother Hemi donated. Brother Father Saunders donated. And Brother D-Man, he donated. I mean, none of these guys live here. The sad part is none of these guys live here. Now, I would like to read you out a comment from one of the people, and I haven't met this guy, and he just messaged me today after he saw my post. His name's Cody. Says, "Hi, Chris. We haven't met yet, but I appreciate everything you have done for the kids in our community. I saw your post regarding the Halloween activities and the goodies for the local kids, and I have $250 to help out with the financial costs. Thank you. Thank you very much, Cody. I appreciate it, and I will definitely be putting that to good use. And, you know, not all of us have been really having a bad year, and it's nice to know that people are willing to kind of like spread it around to help basically make things a little brighter for at least one night out of the year for our kids. You know what I mean? And it's a great thing. And again, guys, if you want to pop in and say hello, I hate talking to myself, but I thought this would be a great idea. So I have a few things that are on the list. Like, we're going to actually obviously have the bobbing for apples, and a few of the apples will have, special little tags on them so that the kids can get an extra prize. But the ball, basically the ball grab for, picking a section. And I had actually thought of setting up a section with a ghost. So you would send them to the ghost guy or a witch. Or if they picked out certain balls, you would go to a reaper, right? And the reaper would essentially be the big prize. Like, if you got a reaper ball, you get a big basket. And it depends on what I can do with what I got, but I definitely don't mind putting in the elbow grease and the time to make this all worthwhile. And I don't mind going to the local shops and whatnot and talking to people there who were good enough to donate during the Christmas event that I did for the kids, and see if maybe they want to throw in a little bit, which I'm sure they will. Um, so that's the type of community I like to see, and that's the type of things I like to see happening in a community. Right now, I mean, there's no scheduled events for anything here other than what I'm doing, and that's not an event. I'm not a event organizer for a community, but I'll fucking still do it anyway because that's just the way I am. If I have to do it all alone, I'll do it all alone. But the financial aid definitely helps. I mean, I'll still do the footwork, no problem. And I'm kind of thinking of reaching out to the nearby communities that do come out and visit in this area, and seeing if maybe even we can throw in like a toy exchange where basically if they want to bring in some toys that their kids have grown out of or don't want anymore, um, we'll have them out there, and if somebody sees something they likes, they can take it, right? Something that fits better for their kid. What's up, brother Doug? Pop in if you like, buddy. But yeah, it sounds like we could build a great event here with very little in the way of money, as long as I can work it all out. You know what I mean? Like I set the maximum for that donation to 500 because I'll do the extra legwork just to make $500 stretch out that much further to basically put a big smile on all the kids' faces when they come and get to pick something out, or they get to pick up their bag, their treats. It'll be it'll be a worthwhile event, and I think my little guy will love it, and I think the local kids will love it, and I think the parents will like it as well, because they're most likely going to be going around all night with their kids, right? And just a spot where they could sit down and have a hot dog or a cold drink. What the hell? Perfect. Sign them up, right? Yep. What's up, brother Douglas?
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. Tired, but fantastic.
Man, I didn't get a chance to do those dumplings, but
Oh,
it
man.
will happen. It will
We,
happen.
you know what? Let's pick a different day to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Doug had a conversation last night, and he was going to do a chicken and dumpling recipe. And I figured, fuck it, let's do it together,
Yeah, let's do this thing.
and we'll fucking stream that whole fucking thing.
I'm all in for it,
I'm
man.
all in too, buddy. I'm all in for that idea. That sounds fantastic. What
Yeah,
a way to spend a few hours of the day.
absolutely, man. How's your world? Are you good?
Good, man. I decided to pull the trigger on an event that I'm going to plan out here for the kids for Halloween. If you missed the first part, basically, I set up a PayPal donation event and put it out to the public in my community, and to, of course, the guys that were in Discord. And I don't have a lot of money to throw in myself this year, but if everybody, threw in a little bit, I would make the event happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
happily do the legwork. So what I was saying I would like to do is to have still a person with a big bowl of treats to hand out for everybody's bag, but to have essentially a ball pit and 3 stations set up for like small, medium, and large, right? Kind of prizes.
Yes.
And I would have a ghost for the small, a witch for the medium, and have somebody dressed up as the Reaper for the large ones.
Okay.
So the kids would come in, grab a couple treats that were handed out to them at the edge of the driveway, type of thing, come in, pick a ball from this big, vat, right? And depending on which one they pick, they would go to that person's station and receive an actual like gift bag full of stuff.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to be able to get enough together to have hot dogs and drinks for people, right? So that when they're coming in after walking around all night with the kids, they can grab a hot dog and a drink and just chill for a bit while the kids check out, their prizes, and possibly set up like if I could get enough corn stalks, like dried corn stalk
Yeah.
from the local farmers, I will build a little like corn maze, right? And I've got the room for it. I've got a fucking huge yard. So I would build a small corn maze and have them get another treat at the end of that. And I kind of got the idea tonight that maybe I should reach out for a like a toy exchange, right? So basically, if people had toys or bikes or whatever that their kid didn't fit in anymore, they could bring it here, and we would have like a little exchange where if they saw something that was better for their kid now, they could just take that, or if the kids showed up and saw something they liked, they could grab it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the ultimate goal was to actually I'm reaching out to a couple guys about kids ATVs, these little gas powered ATVs, right? And the guy that has one that's affordable but needs some work, I would have taken, fixed it up, and basically made that like a grand prize. So the kids could actually, take part in not only a raffle for something that's like small, but an actual fucking quad for them, which would be awesome. A lot of parents can't afford that shit, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the start of the plans, but I've only been working on this since today, so that's not too bad.
No.
So I'm planning on, like I said, reaching out to people in the community and a couple of the businesses that donated during the Christmas event that I did, and seeing if maybe they want to throw in a few bucks or throw in a few items, right? And I'm probably going to start that, if not, well, probably not tomorrow because it's Sunday, but at least I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday tomorrow.
Mhm.
It'll probably be like Monday or Tuesday, but I'm sure they will have no problems donating as well, or being willing to throw in a little something or give me discounts, right? Type of thing. Because this is obviously going to take a lot of candy. But, the last few years, actually, since I've been here, which is now, this will be my 4th Halloween. I do huge gift bags for the kids, right? Like they don't just come here for a bag of chips or a fucking couple pieces of candy. When they come, I have pre-made Ziploc bags with candy, right? Just
Yeah.
stuffed full. You know what I mean?
That's
Can
awesome.
Yeah, candies and chips and stuff like that. And the first year that I did it, it was like the first year of COVID. I only got like fucking, what was it, 12 people showed up. And I had like 89 bags. I was fucking heartbroken, man.
Well, are you I saw the video with you in One Fast Deck. Do you have a lot of neighbors where you're at?
No, I'm in a small, like, outskirts community, but we do
Oh,
get lots of visitors from in town and in the, like, 1 or 2 smaller communities that are also around us.
okay.
So, like, normally out here, I guess, apparently, from what I was told, and this is because I went through that heartbreak fucking year, right?
Oh, yes.
I was told, like, normally out here, there's lots of kids that come out to visit us, right?
Okay.
And when I only got 12, I was just like, "What the fuck?" And I went off on a fucking tangent, right?
Yeah.
Like I literally started spitting fire, and I even like offered to drop off these gift bags to the people, or they can come and pick them up because I literally had like 85 fucking bags still, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And the next year was a little better because, of course, the COVID thing was fucking pushed aside a bit, right?
Yeah.
People were less worried. And, it was nice because we had, I think, 60 visitors, which is still not a lot, but it was better than 12.
Mm,
And people loved it. The kids loved it. The
yeah.
parents were super appreciative. They were like, well, we'll definitely be back next year. And they did. They came back the next year and it was the same thing. Now, this year, I'd like to throw on something that's a little bit bigger, allows them to stick around for a little bit longer, and, top themselves up, whether it's, like I said, I'd like to do hot dogs and drinks for everyone
Yeah.
and allow them to kind of just let the kids kind of play around and mingle, right? And,
Absolutely.
and have a chance to win nice gift baskets. And, it wouldn't all be candy. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of trying to figure out some things that'll be universally not all just like treats or junk food, but something that's universal and useful.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it'll be like toques in every one of those gift bags. It's hard to do stuff that's like gloves because you know the gloves might not fit, but if you can do like nice wool caps or something for the kids to wear this winter,
Oh, yeah.
right? But also maybe even throw in like gift cards to Walmart or McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? Something.
Absolutely.
What's up, brother Shinobi, brother Riggs?
Hey,
Uh,
Father Saunders is out there too.
oh yeah, no, I saw him here. I dropped the link for him when he first came in.
I'm
Yeah,
like, look at these wonderful dudes in the chat. I love
dude.
these people.
Like I said, I put that post out for the community, and I just posted it in Shinobi's Discord. Within 4 hours, the guys that are in our community here, right?
Yeah.
They had already almost hit $200.
Yeah.
And I mean, no, there is one person that's donated so far or says he's donating to the cause from the community, right?
Yes.
And he wants to throw in $250, and it's like, dude, that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
um
Hey, there's
this
a
might be Cowboy or it could be Frank.
yes.
No, it's me, Cowboy. What's up, boys?
Okay, it's Frank
Hey,
or
what's up,
Cowboy.
cowboy?
What's up, brother?
Not Frank, right? Cowboy, right? Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mitchell? Good to speak with you again. And who's this? Is this Doug?
That
Yeah,
is
this
Doug.
is Doug, man. Good to talk
Doug.
to you, man.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice when I recognize everyone in the panel. What
Right.
what are you guys talking about?
Well, I was just coming on to notify everybody and say hello, about the event that I'm planning here. And if you're not in Shinobi's Discord, I guess you didn't see the PayPal event that I posted. But it's basically to host a large event here at my place for the local kids for Halloween, and be able to give just that much more to the kids as they come into the community, or the ones that are from the community, right, that come and visit us, because Halloween is my favorite holiday. If it was up to me, it'd be Halloween fucking 60 to at least 90 days of the year. You know what I mean?
All right.
But that's a me thing. I
Yeah,
got
I love
issues. Excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, and I put it up in the community forums that because I don't know where I'll be for Christmas, I would really like to do something big for the kids for Halloween, right? And I basically was like, well, I can't afford too much, so I figured I'd reach out to our community here and the community that I'm living in to see if they wanted to pull together to have this big event. On top of that, I might be able to speak to the fire department here and have them kind of come down, maybe bring one of their fire trucks down, right? And let the kids
Okay.
have a look at that.
Just out of
Um,
curiosity, can you talk for a second about your city or your town? I mean,
well, my
do you live
community.
in a town? Do you live outside of a town? How big
We're
is the
yeah,
town?
we're outside of a town. We're about 15 minutes outside of an actual like major town, and we're just this kind of like small rural outskirts, basically a farming community, right? That's just
When you,
outside of it.
when you say a large town, do you mean like at least 50,000 people?
That might be pushing it, but you'd
Uh,
be
w-
close.
okay, at least 10,000 people.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Okay, like
at least
there's like
10,000.
there's like okay, yeah, right, okay. Yeah,
Hang on, JR brother, I can get that for you. I just have to do the transfer and from place to place thing. But yeah, no, it's been great. Oh, we're actually at $170 right now, from what I can tell, but it says that it's 163.31. So I think they're still shaving it off from you guys. So PayPal is still taking a cut essentially.
do you
So
just out of curiosity, do you have to pay taxes on that, or how does that work?
no, no, I'm not paying no fucking taxes on that,
Right.
dude.
Okay. So I mean, see, here's part of the problem. I mean, you don't live in that town, right? You said 15 minutes. You mean 15 minutes by car, right? I mean, you're a couple miles out.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's essentially going to be a small problem. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can explain. I imagine for Halloween, 'cause I saw some of those videos. You have a youngster. Was he not two? Was he four?
Three. No, he's
Oh,
three.
three.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he's so I mean, that's the perfect age, right? I'd
Oh yeah.
imagine the community that when they're ready to, trick or treat, I'd imagine wouldn't people go into the town? You know what I mean? Wouldn't that
Well,
be
some of them do. Some of them do. But that's the thing. People out here in the outskirts, because they're used to kind of getting like not that many kids,
yeah,
they always get bigger things. So this, it's kind of like when we were kids, you go to the certain houses or areas where you got like the full size chocolate bars or the full size bag of chips or something like that, right? Um,
basically my understanding is you always go to the rich neighborhoods, for Halloween. I'm sorry to just put it that way, but is
yeah.
that what you mean?
Well, I mean, essentially, that's how some people look at it. Yeah, some people look at it that way. But I mean, out here, people are happy to have kids around. You know what I mean? Even if they're coming from the bigger city that's nearby, they're happy to
Sure.
have people come visit. This is the kinder, nicer side of fucking town, essentially.
Sure.
And I really wanted to put it on the map, when I did my Halloween things, because we don't have that many people, right? And we don't get that many kids usually, but to see like our streets kind of packed full of cars and kids walking around was fucking awesome. And last year I got that, right? This year I want it to be even better. This year I want them to come and actually hang out and then move along through the park, right? That's behind me, and do the normal rounds. So
Okay.
so I'm throwing a bit more of a shingding, and I'm using the large front lawn property that I've got for having that. So
Let's see. So have you ever thought of maybe doing like a haunted, not a haunted house, but like what's that called? It's typically not for Halloween. It's typically for like I don't know summer gatherings, like a
Like a hayride.
castle, bouncy. You fill it with air and the kids jump in it.
bouncy castles.
I'm sorry, a bouncy castle. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or a
bouncy
bouncy
castle.
house. Yeah.
Bouncy house. Maybe you could do like a haunted, themed bouncy castle house
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, like I said, dude. I started this idea this morning,
Okay.
and it's
I don't know.
evolving.
I don't know how much it would cost to rent something like that. Probably at least $100. So I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I don't know, but basically, if I could get enough people to essentially give me their old corn stalk, right?
Uh-huh.
I would like to use a portion of my yard to build a corn maze.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry. You're talking to a city
Are we
boy.
talking about a field of dreams?
Yes, dude. I plan on building a field of dreams for these kids to enjoy their one fucking night of the year.
How many
Absolutely.
how many bushels of corn cobs we talking here? I mean, it sounds pretty
What?
big.
No, I don't need the cob. What I need is their stock. They can take the cobs off. I just need the stock, the
Oh, the
dried stock.
straw. Right,
Riggs,
right.
I just moved into a bouncy house.
Yeah, brother JR, thank you very much. It did go through. I appreciate that, brother. I do appreciate it very much. Everything you guys do for this. Like I said, I considered taking the PayPal off the agenda altogether after the fiascos that I've experienced this past couple weeks, and it's there. So what I will probably do is just use it for events like that, and that's it.
What if you? I'm sorry if you don't mind me asking. What fiascos have you encountered?
Oh, it's a bunch of shit with Ghost and Hermit. So
Right. No, oh, right. No, I saw some of that stuff. Okay, I thought he's just messing with you or something. No, no, no.
no,
I thought,
no, no. I think it leads us down a dark path as content creators. Now you guys do what you do, right?
Yeah.
Totally fine. Here's the thing. I don't want to be anywhere near that shit should it go into the fucking realm of basically becoming grifters, right?
Yeah.
I
That's
want to
where I
keep
stand with it too.
oh, wait, never mind. Wait, now you're losing me. Okay, I thought a couple days ago, Hermit, he put up like a picture of you sitting on a chair, and he made like a short, and he was like, if if Chris Mitchell can do 50 push-ups, I'll do.
yeah,
That's
basically running off at the mouth, which is all he's good for right now. Like I said, we have chameleons of all kinds. I'm sorry to say, but
okay, but and now you're saying it has something to do with this. This has something to do with grifting. I'm sorry, I just
well,
don't.
yeah, we'll just keep it. Like I said, it is what it is. You can go into the Discord and see all of our old chats, but try to
Yeah, see,
follow it
that's
as
the
best you
problem.
can. Either way, I've cut my ties with it, and I'm trying to cut my ties with any form of anything that can be listed as like some form of usury of you guys because I'm going to
Yeah.
keep my morals intact. All right, and that's just the fucking facts of it. My
Okay, so
morals are going to be rock solid.
everyone keeps talking about this Discord. I gotta get on this Discord. It seems like
I
there's a
don't
whole world.
yeah, I don't even know how to use it.
Well, you guys will have to talk with Shinobi about that one.
I
But
Yeah.
don't even know how to use it.
either
But
way,
I pretty
I
much weigh in on the same thing Chris was saying, Cowboy, and like when I came into the MGTOW community, no one was asking anything from me, like as
and,
far as finance.
and I don't
Yeah,
want you guys to think that
everyone.
that's what
Yeah,
it
but
is. You know what I mean?
But
everyone
like
now. I'm
voluntarily
probably gonna start.
giving is cool, but you guys never asked that of me. And really, I've been listening to a lot of different content creators over the years, but that's kind of where I'm at too. I just unsubbed and gone my way, but now I'm just doing the MGTOW thing. But this community has really been a blessing and to me, but I want to keep it pure. I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going for, Doug. Is
Yeah.
is you know what?
Okay,
If I use my PayPal, it'll be for events that you guys can donate to and see results of, and it'll be going to good causes. That's the end of that when it comes to the PayPal, because I am not here to mislead you or use you in any way. I'm here to basically try to give back to a community that kept the gun out of my mouth. And that's exactly where I will stand. Brother Doug here, he got help and hopefully landed a new job that's going to change his life through this community. And that's something I'm going to look at and call it a fucking win and keep things like that as my guiding light to keep on a righteous path with this so that I don't end up in some kind of conflict with any kind of usury or fuck all about that because most men that have come here have been used already. right? They've been used and
Exactly.
abused by
Yeah.
the fucking people around them or in their lives or their society, and they don't want that fucking shit here. And I don't want to bring that here. No way, no how.
You know what? I'm sorry. I want to comment on what you guys are talking about. First off, I really got to get in this Discord. I see that now. I hear this over and over. Oh well, blah 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 over Discord, blah 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 Discord. Okay, okay. And Shinobi has invited me, so I got to look into that. Firstly, secondly, you know, I don't really know that anyone should really feel bad about taking whatever you want to call it. You can call it grifting. You know, taking donations or selling merchandise or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
My understanding a couple of years ago, very few people did it, but it seems like now everyone does it. You do it. Dak does it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. But here's the
Uh,
thing.
you know, and Father
Here's
Saunders. I think I want to do it starting next year. I think I might do it.
hey,
What Hammerhand does it. I don't know anyone who doesn't do it. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
well,
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 it's just the
it's the
motives. It's
it's
just the
the thing.
motivation. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so what's
there's nothing wrong with it to an extent, but
what's the problem here? Why are you and Hermit fighting? Is he accusing you of grifting? Are you accusing him of grifting? What's wrong with
no. I
expectations?
mean, let's like I said, go to the Discord, go watch the live stream that I did with Ghost, go look at all that. And if you want to have a discussion with me, I'm right there. You can pull it up and I'll give you my 2 cents worth. But generally my 2 cents worth it's already put out there. So if you can get to reading what was in the Discord, it's all there. Me personally, I'm not going to do this just to fucking get more subs and more donations from anyone. That's not why I'm here.
Okay, a couple weeks ago, I think this was like 1 week ago. Dak was having a live stream,
Right?
and I sent Dak, a comment in the live stream, and I said,
Mhm.
Dak, you've been pretty consistent with your content.
Mhm.
Your content fills a valuable niche or niche.
Yeah.
I don't particularly consider his content extremely intellectual, but that's okay. That's okay. If anything, maybe it's more entertainment. Like for example, we all know what he does, right? He does these small 20-second, 25-second. He has these little videos. He brings on like a skank, and she's like, "Oh, Lexapro," and then the last 3 seconds, he makes a comment.
Yeah.
I watch almost every single one of them. It's basically there's a need for entertainment, and if
Yeah.
that's his niche, that's good for him. And he figured something out, and he worked the algorithm, and I don't know where he's at now. What is it, 6,000, 7,000 subs?
Yeah. Yeah.
What this is just a mental exercise.
And that's
Using
totally fine.
using One Fast Stack. What would be wrong if One Fast Stack decided, okay, I'm going to make a conscious effort to build my channel and monetize it. I
Well,
am going to.
he's already monetized.
Right, he's already monetized. So that's. But well, I'm sorry. So what I should have said is in the comment section, I wrote him a comment and I said, why don't you make an effort, make an extra effort, whatever you want to call it, double down. Basically, start putting out more content, start putting more effort into your channel, and don't even feel bad about monetizing it because you could see it as like a second job. I mean, people are putting a lot of effort and time into these channels. I mean,
Some of them are. Some of them
YouTube,
are. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, cowboy.
YouTube is making money off of us. I don't
Yeah.
see anything wrong with people making money off the channel. And yet I hear people and they're just like, this guy's grifting and this guy's bad. And it's just like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh shoot. I mean, for me, it's like, it's the difference between, um, making money off your channel is one thing, and then, luring vulnerable people in, and then trying to cash in on their misery is a whole different thing. And that for me, that's where I had to say, well, and maybe you guys don't see it that way, and that's fine. Like, I respect you, Cowboy. I respect you, Chris, and everybody in this chat. But for me, I had to say, well, look, I got into MGTOW almost a decade ago, and none of the people there were asking me for my finances. And for me, it's like, well, don't you have a job? I'm just asking common sense
Okay.
questions. Like if you go out and you drive an 18-wheeler and you're working your ass off to make that money, I would never tell you, hey, you need to go to church and give all that money to that preacher. Well, and I was like, no, that's stupid because
Okay,
he's just using you.
let me interrupt you there.
Yeah.
You
No.
it's a real good question, Doug. You just
Yeah.
said, oh, these people, 10 years ago they were not asking me for money, now they are. And
Mhm.
then you said, man, God, don't you have a job? Guess what? Some of these people don't have jobs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for numerous reasons. Maybe some of these reasons are their fault, maybe some are not. But and here's another thing worth mentioning is I do think this may sound cliche, but I do think we're going into recession. I do
Oh
think
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
absolutely.
In
We're
fact,
going into a depression, cowboy, not a recession, a fucking
okay,
depression.
okay. Well, let me just give you an anecdote today. This is just today. I went to Walmart, and I even knew exactly like right around how much I was going to spend, because I was going to buy the same. I knew exactly the 3 or 4 exact products I was going to buy and how much they should each cost, and yeah, again, I was just at Walmart like 2 months ago, and prices have gone up again.
Yeah.
I bought, what was it? Oh, I can't remember. It was either a 2 pound bag or a four pound bag. This thing I usually buy, it's usually like $12.99. Now it's like $17.99. It's only been 60 days. This is the last time I've gone to this Walmart. Like, you know. So what I'm trying to say is, what I'm seeing is a huge proliferation. And basically, everyone's accepting donations now, and I
Yeah.
think that this is just a sign of the times. It's like basically
Hey,
everyone's broke. Everyone's
that's
broke.
that's totally fine. Like I said, they're gonna go do what they're gonna do. Here's the thing: I am never gonna trade out my morals, right, in order to make money off of you guys. Never gonna happen. My morals are the foundation of everything else that comes, and
Are
so
you
are
saying
yours.
some people were accusing you of doing that, or you
No,
were accusing
no.
people of doing
I mean, we were basically told that morals have nothing to do with what they're there for. I mean, they like Gray came out and said on his stream, word for word, I only want people that are going to benefit me
Who said
and
that?
my Gray. I mean, so
Gray.
yeah,
Gray. I'm sorry.
and
Who's Gray?
the conversation that I have with Gray Ghost, he's been on my streams a couple times.
Oh, Gray Ghost. Okay.
Right. And I mean, when I went in, I had essentially said that I thought he was a glowy, right? Because of the way he talked. Now, glowy might be the wrong word to use. I don't actually think he works for the government, okay, in any way.
That's okay. That's
But
okay. You
but
who
you know what I mean, right? And
dude, you know
I basically said, after discussing it with a couple other people, we don't think you're a glowy. We think you're a defeatist, essentially, right? So
whatever.
basically,
I thought Eric Zombro when I first started talking to him, I thought he was a glowy. I
oh,
was
he's just a
sure.
former cop.
Well, so was my
He's just a
father.
for-
I
yeah.
thought SCE or Successful Endeavors. I thought he was a glowy for sure, but maybe I was just being a little paranoid.
I don't know.
Today I was accused of being a Mexican Jew lizard by. Do you guys remember Pastor Dab, who became Space Jew, he's now the guy bro? You guys heard of him?
Never.
No.
I've never
Okay,
heard
good.
of him.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
love SCE.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
he lurks around in the red pill community, and anyway, it's just I mean, there's just a lot of that, but
yeah.
yeah, no, this is it. This is the new game. Like there will always okay. See, the problem is with MGTOW, it's like okay, you got the message, right? You got the message, which is
Mm-hmm.
good. The message
Mm-hmm.
is good, and lots of people they make lots of content. A lot of people have made free content,
Yep.
but I think there also needs to be room for people who accept money, especially if they're
Well,
making good content, it's high quality content. For
right.
whatever reason, people find them to be entertaining enough to subscribe and to call in. They're
Right.
consistent. That's what I was telling That's what I was telling One Fast Act. I was like, you've been real consistent. If you can, and I wasn't criticizing him. I was just trying to encourage him. I was telling him, if you can up your production level a little bit, dedicate a little bit more time. What's wrong with it? What if he was making an extra $400 or $500 a month just from advertising,
Hey,
or from whatever?
that's not a
However,
problem.
I
That's
have no
not a
problem with
problem.
that. I have
Here's
no
the
problem.
thing. If you're here to help spread the message, right, and to help people get through things that you've been through yourself already,
What I'm
right?
saying is, why can't you do both? And
Well,
why can't
you
you
can do both, but you have to do both in moderation. If all of a sudden now every 5 minutes I'm telling you to donate to my PayPal or my Cash App and
Okay,
buy
I
my
understand.
merch,
Okay, I
and
understand
the
that.
message changed. Like you can watch people's fucking even their comments, or not their comment section. What's the other one? Community, right? When you get a community tab, you can watch their community tab. It'll be message, 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 like start to today. You go back to the beginning. It's all about the message, the message, the message, the message. Here's a bit of merch, right? And then it starts to change up to where it's basically every fucking thing they post is merch. And then every
Buy my
10th
merch.
post, there might be a message, type of thing. It's
Yeah,
you can see that rabbit hole that they go down, you know what I mean? And it's no
yeah,
different than the PUAs, right? It's no different than being a fucking chameleon. We now must create a category for MGTOW chameleons, because all they're there to do is fucking all
I
the
don't
chameleons
know.
there to do is fuck you over, right?
Yeah, no, it's a fine line. Okay, like
Fine
for
line.
example, I love giving examples. If you have a live stream, whatever, you, me, anyone, Doug, Hermit,
Yeah.
anyone, and at the very beginning, they what's it called, in the comments section, they drop a link, and the link is to their, I think it's called a Cash App.
Yeah.
People can give them money, or PayPal, Cash App, whatever it is. I'll look into it. Like I said, I'm probably going to do it. Maybe next
Okay.
year.
Okay. Well, here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Last week or whenever it was, after I had my conversation with Gray, I did a stream, and it was titled "The Emperor of No Morals," and I just started following what they were doing. Go and look at it, listen to it, right? And see if you can tell the difference between that stream and every other stream I've done. Because that's
I
where they
will.
go.
I will, and I'm assuming that was like a LARP version. I'm assuming
Yeah, obviously it wasn't a serious thing, but it might have been age restricted. Just
Okay.
FYI.
Okay, but see, again, the point is, I'm sorry. This is where I see this going. It's like, okay, all right. Have you guys heard of, or you ever seen the movie? You guys ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
Or have you heard
Yes.
of it? At least, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you guys remember there was a reoccurring theme in the movie where everything, and I mean everything, every inch of every wall, every corner of every store, even in the courtroom, even in courtrooms. You guys remember there was advertisements everywhere?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Like for example, if you go to what's that called, like a Indy 500, or like a race or something, on the guy's uniform, the guy will have like 10, the guy will have like 20 advertisements. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Advertisements. Okay, but that's the thing. Okay, so the PUAs, they basically started doing their own ads, right? Right? And then they started by selling like fucking private courses or one-on-one chats or whatever the case may be, and some of them were exorbitant prices, like upwards of $3,000 an hour. And we eventually saw that this was the main goal, essentially the Jack Murphy, right? They pull a Jack Murphy, we'll call it. And that's essentially where that rabbit hole can lead you. I'm not saying all of them are going down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying that's where that rabbit hole can lead us. I don't want that for my channel. I don't want that for anyone that I'm involved with. You know what I mean? I don't want there to be a fucking even second guess if Chris Mitchell and his fucking, little group of fucking minions are here to essentially use you guys and toss you to the fucking wind because they don't really give a shit, because they don't have any fucking morals.
No.
Chris Mitchell has morals. and they are the bedrock of the foundation that everything around me and everything in my life that I build, right? You have the same thing. If you start your fucking, if you start your manhood or even humanhood based on a foundation of weak morals, you're fucking garbage. You're
Yeah.
already done.
Okay, now see, here's the problem with that. I kind of agree with you, but I guess I would disagree with you when we actually start talking about morals. So,
Really? What?
yeah. Well,
Well,
let me
how's it done for our society lately?
Oh,
I
all
mean,
right. No, I understand. Right. Now I'm see. Now hold on. This is you got to tease it apart, piece by piece. You're talking about usury. I have. Okay, I'm a big fan of capitalism. I think, or I don't claim to
I
think. I
am
claim,
too, cowboy. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
your side with
especially,
that.
there's nothing wrong
oh,
with capitalism.
especially free market capitalism. But with
Absolutely.
people like Hammerhand, or you listen to people like SCE, they talk about usury, and there's a difference
Usury.
between usury and free market economics.
Okay, well,
Um,
here's the
and
thing.
how,
Would you sign up with Fresh and Fit knowing that they're there to use you?
again, right? So my quick shot answer to that would be no. Or we can get we can get into fresh and fit, but just I'm sorry, just hear me out. So you're talking about morals, okay? I'm reminded of a gentleman. Is You can look him up. He's real good. His name is Mark Passio. Mark Passio. You ever hear of Mark Passio?
No.
Okay, no, that's okay. Anyway, he runs what's it called? Anarchapulco. He's an anarcho-capitalist. Anyway, he talks about morality within the economic system, and he basically puts it this way. He agrees with you that like there are some things that you can do for money that are just inherently immoral, and you should never do them. He talks about like soldiering, being a soldier, or maybe even being a police officer these days. Um, you know, there are people there.
Oh.
The majority of their job is essentially oppressing you, or taxing you, or
Hmm.
enforcing some sort of man-made bullshit code.
So
Other jobs,
is he the natural law guy?
yeah, that's
Okay,
him.
so
That's
then I
right.
have heard of him. So, thank you,
Okay, yeah,
Manly. Manly remembers more about what I know than I do. Names I'm
yeah.
not good with.
He calls himself a de-occultist. Anyways, but he says there are other people who they also make money, and they're
Hmm.
very moral. Think of
Hmm.
like a professor, or a school teacher who raises your child, or a nurse or a doctor. I mean, when you break your arm, everyone is happy that they have access to a doctor, right?
Yeah,
That okay,
yeah,
or a farmer. A farmer is a perfect example. Like, you know, in a way, being a farmer is the most honest, most almost sacred, almost holy. Like, people
And
need to.
look at what we're doing to them now.
but our hearts are not holy. So
Okay.
people that are coming into this community
So
and
so the
are
point.
being, yeah,
So the point I'm trying to make is,
I'm sorry.
if someone is making good quality content,
Hmm.
high quality,
Right.
and it's funny, and it fills some sort of niche, and
Right.
it's following, and they're pushing a good message, and I think MGTOW is a good message.
Right.
Isn't it wrong for them to make a living or
No.
something?
No,
Right?
I'm not saying that.
So then you agree with me.
Well, here's the thing though. If that's your only reason for, we call them chameleons. If we have chameleons that come into our sphere, preach our message, and then fucking drag people through the dirt for their fucking money, and that's the only reason they're fucking here. It's not that they're here because they believe in anything they're saying. When I
That's
say
called a
that,
politician, right?
yeah, that's almost like being a politician. You
Yeah,
basically you're
yeah.
here to lie to people. That's what we called either a chameleon or a grifter, right? Where do you draw the fine line? In my case, personally, I don't want there to be a question about it. So I am doing my best to remove myself from it. So now if I do like want to push my PayPal or an event that I'm planning, this will be an event that you can donate to, right? And if possible, I will show you the end results. Because when I do this Halloween event, I'm hoping to be able to try to either live stream it or get it up eventually for you guys. And that that is because my morals won't allow me to put that question in your head. I don't want that question in your head. Is Chris Mitchell actually here to grift us or chameleon us, or is he here to fucking, you know, show that he's actually a supporter of what we say and what we believe in, and put his fucking money where his mouth is?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. When I give you my word, you have my word. And my
Okay.
word is fucking sacred. Because I have fucking morals, strong ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. I just, I don't know. As I get older, I understand that, or I think I come to understand, morals can change. I mean, 160 years ago, 170 years ago, I don't know. It was considered moral.
Mhm.
It was considered legal to own slaves.
No, that wasn't moral. That was just considered legal. There was never anything moral about owning a slave. Nothing.
That's not true. That's patently false.
You're saying that it was morally right to own a slave.
I'm sorry if I may I
It was
speak?
accepted.
May I speak?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I'm not saying I agree with slavery. I'm against slavery. However, I mean, there's no nicer, subtle way to say this. That yes, in point of fact, yes. In the past, there were large amounts of people who absolutely thought that it was okay to own slaves. In fact, not just okay, it was a good thing.
Well, it was a good thing that benefited their immoral fucking lifestyle.
I understand that.
If I had 100 slaves, I'd be much better off than I am today, but I wouldn't be a more moral person.
I completely agree with you. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the case that, okay, today, if you were to go on the street and you were to interview 100 people, literally 99% of them, or 99 out of 100 people would agree with you in an open poll. They would say, yeah, no, slavery or the chattel ownership of people is abhorrent, it's evil, it's repugnant.
Yeah.
It's a war issue.
Yeah.
1,000 years ago, half the people you ask would be like, no, it's cool. No, I got an uncle who owns a slave girl, or
Yeah.
2,000 years ago, 70% of people would say, yeah, no, it's, I own a slave.
That was a part of fucking life in some places. That was just literally a
Right.
part of life. Like look at
That's what I'm
ancient
saying.
Rome. Ancient
Right,
Rome,
right,
they
right.
all own fucking slaves.
Can
No,
I
no,
ask?
no.
Can I weigh in on a question here? Now, you cowboy, you said you're a capitalist, right?
Yes,
So-
I consider myself a free market capitalist. You could,
Yeah.
I aspire to what you could call anarcho-capitalism, but we're not there yet.
I'm for that as well. I just I'm wondering though about when people become it's well, the thing about capitalism, and I'm all for it, but that's a production of goods. But people are not goods. People are people. And so why, so in this community, why should people be and I'm not saying that you're suggesting this or but why should people who are coming and looking for help, whether it's spiritual help, whether it's psychological help, why should that be considered capitalism when they're just coming to look for help? Why should they be taken from? Why should they be lied to? And I'm not suggesting that that's what you're saying, but that's not capitalism, is it? I mean, it's like when I go to Walmart and I buy ice cream, that's capitalism. But I don't know, that probably isn't making a lot of sense. If you guys can weigh in on that.
No, there's
No, it's not the most convoluted argument I've heard, but it's also not the most cogent. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Especially people, especially men, and we claim to care about men. and
Mhm.
most of us were at some point men like this who were in distress, and we come to the community, and you're saying, what, should these
Should
men
they
be
be
fleeced?
marketed? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, should we have fucking Roma Army accepted just as fucking much as say Hammerhand?
Aha. See, so again, this is why I love examples.
Well,
Yeah, okay, let me
there's
put
a
it
great
this way.
example. I mean, we can have men that are just as bad as Roma Army. We have Fresh and Fit. We have Rolo
Okay,
Tomasi. We have
okay,
fucking Donovan
okay,
Sharp.
okay. Well, let me put it to you this way. If you were to throw someone $5, would you rather it be Roma Army? Or would you rather it be Hammerhand?
Obviously, Hammerhand,
That's the answer to my question.
because
Who deserves the money
Hammerhand
more?
isn't trying to get me to go to his OnlyFans so I can watch him jack off.
Who? Okay. Then, therefore, ergo, who deserves the money, and who deserves the money more? Who earned it more? Who
Well,
honestly is? Who is the real McCoy? Who's the real deal? And that's the
well,
wonderful
that's
thing about That's the wonderful thing about capitalism. People can vote with their feet. People can vote with their wallets, where they decide to
Yeah.
spend their money.
yes, but like I said, that
Yeah,
whole
that's a good
capitalism
point.
idea is you're capitalizing on people that are suffering. That means you have a very low fucking moral standard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
guys.
listen,
I'm not here to capitalize on your suffering. Like I said, I
No,
linked
I
I
already
linked
know
the
that.
I linked the stream that I did with Doug and Indy, and it's called Let's Try This. This was the night that I went with no morals,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And Doug and Indy were great participants. They fucking just like helped me send it right the fuck home, and I tried it out. And you go fucking tell me what you think. Which
oh no, I'll
me
look at
would you
no, no,
prefer?
look. Now, is this on your channel or is this on
Yeah,
Discord? Discord.
no, it's on my channel. Like
Oh,
that
it's on
that
your channel.
stream I
Okay.
linked there is on my channel.
And what's
And
it called again? If I had no morals, or the norm?
no, it's called Let's Try This.
Let's try
And
this.
it's the Emperor of No Morals.
The Emperor of No Morals. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Again,
you
this
go.
is
Man.
it's a fascinating topic. Listen, I don't think that capitalism is perfect. I mean, I think capitalism is far from perfect. I just think that, as you know, economics, the whole idea of economics is an ugly game. I mean, who
Yeah.
gets to decide how the resources are divvied up?
Well,
Well, can I ask you now? And this is just a hypothetical question, but I'm assuming that all three of us have been in the workforce. So let's just say, for example, and I'm just going to bring up like the church as an example. Let's say, for example, that you go out and you drive, or I go out and I drive 2,500 miles this week, and I make $2,000. And then I go to church on Sunday, and the dickhead standing in front of me. Now, I'm kind of biased in this way. Now, that guy's only going to work an hour. He's only going to work what he calls work an hour, what took us a 60-hour week to, throw $5 or $10 towards him.
Mhm.
And that's why I feel like there's a problem here, because for
Okay,
us, yeah, it's only $5, but my Lord, he worked an hour. How much did you work this week to make that? How much
right.
did
Right.
I
I
work this
understand
week
that,
to
but
make that?
that's a terrible comparison. What I would say to you is, Doug, what the hell are you doing going to church?
I'm
I mean,
not. I'm not.
there you go.
I'm
You
not.
answered
No.
your own question. That's
Yeah, I'm
dumb.
not. That's
Okay,
why
okay.
I can't
Catholic Church.
give to these guys who are saying that they're offering me something, and
Right.
they're
That's
only putting an hour and a half of work in.
no, they're not offering you anything. The Roman
No.
Catholic Church has been probably the only church that's slowing down the homosexual agenda. All these progressive politics. But I don't even donate to them, and they're
No.
already rich. Fuck that.
No, of
What-
course
Dude, they're the
not.
rich. They're the richest fucking most corrupt group out there.
Doesn't
go.
mean that I wouldn't like
Yeah.
reach into my pocket and pull
And
out
so for the
$500
Protestants,
and hand it to my friend who said,
half
"Man, I've been here and I got your back." I'm like, "Yeah, I know you have, and here's $500." He says, it's a weird thing, but I'm sorry.
half of the Protestant churches have LGBT flags flying from them now. I mean,
Yeah.
so if you can come up with a better example, that's fine. But I definitely would not use
No,
the church. I wouldn't give the church a dollar. I think that we should actually change the laws. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't know how it is in Canada. Here in the United States, churches are tax exempt. The
Yes.
land,
Yes.
they don't pay taxes. They
Dude,
they get free water, they get free, like in some cases they get free electricity.
well,
In many cases they get free water. That's the taxpayers paying for that water. The churches should be paying taxes. So I'm sorry.
in both of our countries, right? And this is countries wide. I can consider what we do here and list it as a church.
Exactly. That's yeah. And that's the thing. And I didn't mean to, cut you off, Chris, but that's the thing, is that why would I pour? It's not that I don't think those guys deserve to have a living, but it's like, why are they asking me? I just worked 100 hours this week. I just worked 60 hours this week. How many guys are they going to ask for their money? And they're going to sit on their ass and not put an ounce of work in. To me, that's like, it's just like, I can't do it, and I don't know if that.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that there's so many angles to look at this at. I've heard people say the same thing about, like, oh God, like a professional, like a lawyer, or God, even worse, a doctor. Oh, that doctor, he never gets his hands dirty. He never puts himself in dangerous situations.
Okay.
Wow, how can he command so much money? Because he learned a skill that most other people are too lazy to sit down and learn, which is book learning and medicine, and frankly, he's so smart, he can essentially, not even all people are smart enough to do what he does. So it's like, I don't know. It's just when people start talking about money and who deserves to have money and
nobody says a doctor doesn't deserve to have money, but we've gone way off in the weeds here, guys, for way too long on this whole capitalism thing. Cowboy, that's a discussion for another stream. I'm sure we can have it. Personally, I gave you my opinion on what was going down between me and the guys. Go watch the thing. If you get into Shinobi's Discord, go look at the chats and you see if you can understand where we're coming from, brother. I didn't want to turn this into a capitalism thing. But I do appreciate you, brother. I do appreciate you.
Anyway, I'll take off, and I hope you raise some cash for the kiddies.
Hey, man, like I said,
I'm a big fan of yours, man. So thank you for weighing in.
How's the driving job, brother?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Just quickly, if I could share, I do have some news. So let's see. Yesterday, I went to go see Polska Bob. We hung out just for 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. There was like a party. There's a huge party. There's probably at least 20 people in this bar where there's normally only like 2 or 3. So that was kind of interesting. And then the day before that, Polska Bob calls me and he says, Polska Bob calls me. He says, Joe, do you want to meet Brandon Trueblood? Have you guys ever heard of Brandon Trueblood?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I just met him. In person 2 days ago.
Awesome.
Yeah, right. I took him to lunch, or I guess a early dinner, whatever. We did a live stream after. He did a live stream under the assumption that afterwards I would be able to splice it and take a section of it for myself and put it on my channel and blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I guess he was in town. He's starting a new job. He just got a CDL, and so I have some good news to report as well. Not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, Monday morning, I start a brand new motorcycle. I start a brand new trucking job. So I went over the road trucking, and I did it for a month. Afterwards, I essentially quit. I don't know if I was fired or if I quit. I demanded a new driver trainer. I really did not get along with my driver trainer. He was like this like ghetto, thugged out, ex-con, 2-time felon. Yeah. He was like this ghetto black guy who just was very, I don't know. There was maybe some racial undertones, or we didn't like each other, and I don't know. We didn't get along. I demanded. I asked the company for a new driver trainer. They told me that they would get me one, and then they never got back to me. I ended up writing. I emailed them, called them, texted my recruiter, everything. They never got back to me, which I think was their nice way of saying, "Go, get out of here, go away."
Yeah.
But I think also they did not want to officially fire me because then I could file for something called unemployment. So in earnest, I went looking for a new job. And I must admit, because I have some experience, I did find it much easier to find a new job. And I applied to this place, very, very close to where I live, not even 10 minutes away. Very, very close to where I live. Went to the interview. They hired me on the spot. And I start on Monday. I start the day after tomorrow. So,
man, I'm happy for you, cowboy.
Hey, man.
Yeah. 20,
you know what? You seem to be happy when you were posting your videos on the job that you had. I didn't realize you were having trouble with your trainer or whatever, but that does happen. Like, dude, I almost knocked out my fucking trainer when I was doing my class 1. So
yeah. If you ever want to touch base with me, cowboy, I'd love to, because I went through the ringer with Rail Transport back in 2018, and I had the same shit with the driver trainer, or maybe not the same, but yeah, I've been over the road too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you
sometimes it's not you.
No, right. Sometimes it's not you. And don't get me wrong. I know. I think I can come off as very like pompous, very know-it-all. I think I can be, a jerk and everything. But no, I'm sorry.
I never felt that way about you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just saying. I know. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But
you're obviously smart. You're obviously a smart dude.
Well, I think I'm actually more educated than I am smart. But I'll thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that compliment as well. But what I was going to say is, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to call it this way. It really was him. I mean, this guy had served time in. He'd been to juvie or juvenile hall like his entire life, in and out. He had served time in a state penitentiary. He had served time in a federal penitentiary. What was it? Avenal State Prison. He served time in like Chino. His uncle supposedly was like a founding member of what was it? Not the Bloods, the Crips, like this Crips, this famous like street gang in LA County. He had been stabbed. He purportedly was, or he self-admitted he was a big time drug dealer and all this. And before he told me any of that, I was like, before he related any of that stuff to me, I was like, yeah, no, I was like a Boy Scout, and I'm telling him, I was a Boy Scout. And my dad was a cop, and before that he was a Marine, and then my father became a federal police officer. My stepmom is a police officer, and we pay our taxes. And so, he called me a square from Delaware.
Yeah, man.
Wow. What a nice guy. Yeah, no, I got to be honest with you, bro. You might rub some people the wrong way. We all do, right? We all rub somebody the wrong way. But sometimes, especially when it comes to these driving trainers, these guys have been through a lot of shit, man, and they are touchy as fuck.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've had one guy reach over in a transport truck and fucking slam onto my brakes while I'm fully in control of this transport truck.
Yeah,
you're never supposed to do that. Never.
Like, holy fuck, dude. And by the time we got back, I think he realized I was so fucking choked that he went and apologized to me, because I'm pretty sure he thought I was going to deck him the second he got out of this fucking truck, and that was the fucking plan.
Yeah.
That was the fucking plan. Yeah. But, I had to take a moment, calm down, realize that, hey, nobody got hurt, nothing got wrecked, but basically we were done. You know what I mean? Like, our fucking partnership here is over.
Yeah. Right. No, I'm sorry. I felt the same way. I mean, now I could have gone just 3 weeks, and he asked me after the third week, do you want to go another week? And I was like, I could use the money. So I was like, yeah, sure. But after, so I did 4 full
Wow.
weeks with him. I did 31 days exactly. After that, we pulled into the yard in Chicago, and I knew I shall never step into a truck
Dude,
again with that. And it's just,
I would love to have a conversation with you about this because I went through almost the same scenario in 2019. Yeah.
was your driver trainer like a thug or some sort of like low life or something?
No. He was actually good. Um, and man, if it, he was actually cool. I was over the road with him for 21 days. Um, but I'd love to like connect with you sometime and have a conversation about.
Well, when are you coming to Chicago? I'll take you to the Golden Corral.
Oh man, it might be a while.
Okay.
You gonna
'Cause
take
now
me
I'm
to the Golden Corral if I come?
When and if you come, yeah, I'll take you. I'll take you out. I rented that UFW, for all the boys. But
I've
yeah, I
had a
know.
few drunken nights since then, but
Okay. Just out of curiosity, very quickly, because I have you here, Doug. You so I do. I'm sorry. I've ascertained that you
no.
are also a trucker. You're a trucker.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, now I can't call myself a trucker because um, I only made it as far as through the training, um, and
Oh,
so yeah,
afterwards you quit.
I didn't quit. I got fired.
Oh, why'd you get fired?
So I was with Rail Transport, and they were in Atlanta, Georgia. That was where I did my CDL school, and
Sure.
I passed. I got out there, and then I went out with my trainer for 21 days, and we went up the northeast part of the country. Came back, and then I failed. I failed my backing test. Now we were driving in not Kent. We were driving shit. Oh gosh, I can't remember now because I'm drunk. But I ended up getting fired, and then
But
yeah,
why though? Why did you get fired? Did
I
you get
got
into an
fired.
accident?
No, I didn't. No,
Okay.
and I don't have my CDL now.
Well, that just means you
Unfortunately,
let it. That just means you let it lapse. I mean, you could always pick it up again. But
yeah. But
so
no,
basically, you fail to fulfill their training, their whatever
pretty
official
much,
training they're supposed to.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
different companies have different things. Like I was just talking to Brandon Trueblood, and I was like, yeah, a lot of places they'll make you drive a certain amount of miles. Like, oh, you have to drive 125,000 miles until your training is officially
yeah.
over.
And
And he was like,
that was the case with Rail, yeah.
right. And he was like, no, it's a little bit different with mine. With mine, it's and he's going with CR England. CR England is like I think they're Mormons. So they're a Mormon outfit out of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
He has to do a certain amount of hours, not miles. It's like okay, whatever. But yeah, all these mega carriers they have their own like training thing. They just and you have to fulfill it. And if you don't, they'll fire you. And okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean that's how it went for me. And
What kind of work? What kind of work do you do now?
I well, and thanks to Chris and Mouth Agape Ape, I'm about to be a freaking railroader with BNSF.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
And
bro.
and the thing is, I went out now. Now I'm expecting bad news, and but that won't be for you guys. But I'm expecting they're going to say, "Well, we look at your credit history, and you're not going to get a job." That's what I'm expecting.
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah,
say, you should do.
do you know why you expect that? Because that's not outside the realms of fucking possibilities in your country.
Exactly. So it was, Chris is awesome, and Mouth Agape Ape, who freaking helped me get this job, is awesome. But I have terrible credit, and I had good credit until rail transport fired me. I had a 700 credit score,
Right. No,
and
no.
they
Don't worry.
fired me, and now it's below 500.
Yeah, see, here nobody looks at your credit score to give you a job, and if they did, they'd be looked at funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
so I probably actually still have the job.
oh, I don't know. Is that a thing there? Like, to get a job, a credit score has to be of a certain amount.
Usually, certain government jobs, like for example, the police. And I know for a fact, my parents were police. Yes, they check your credit. Absolutely, they check your
Really?
credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So I'm probably screwed.
Probably not. I mean, if it's for like blue collar jobs, I don't think they really test that often. Like for trucking, it's not common for them to check your score. I mean, they'll check your criminal background or something, but
Oh,
besides that,
Okay, but criminal background makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
sure.
You're
See again.
trusting somebody with your fucking assets. A credit, a background check makes sense, but a credit check for
Right.
working, like,
Right. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, but this is how this is how powerful and evil corporations can become. They will rationalize it and say, well, we have we have conducted studies through actuary scientists, and we have found that people who tend to have higher credit scores, they tend to get into fewer accidents, or they tend to, whatever liability that they're trying to cover for, and they'll say, well, we could prove it, so so we can fuck you over, and they're actually right. They're actually telling the truth. It's true.
hey,
Yeah.
cowboy,
Yeah.
Mr. Sammy here. Look at his tag. Is this Bob? Has Bob got an alt account now named Mr. Sammy?
Mr.
Who,
Sammy.
who loves Chicago at all?
I've heard of Mr. Sammy. I think he's a Southside guy.
Hey, he is.
It-
It says
yeah,
right there in
Bob
his
is
tag. I
Tommy,
love the
it
South
is
Side. What's
true,
up,
man.
Mr. Sammy? Good to
I had
meet you.
good credit, man, until then,
No, I understand. This is you could say the credit
I
score
had
in
a
America.
700 credit score, and then I went to truck driving school, and I failed, and now it's below 500.
Yeah, and I think that's because like essentially they charged you for the school, and then you never
Yep.
paid them back, and then so they put it into collections, and
Yeah, that's it.
I
That's
understand.
it.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 40,
Okay.
so I might still get the job, but I might still run into another roadblock with, like with where I'm gonna live. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Don't you
probably screwed.
don't you just live? Don't you just live on the train?
No,
Well, I
they.
could. I mean, I have to have an apartment,
Yeah.
within within like 90 minutes of my job. And so
Right.
if I have a bad credit score, they might say, well, we're not going to rent to you.
Oh right. Right. No. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, yes, you should start back on the process of getting your credit score back up, and it'll bounce up. It'll start bouncing back up very quickly if you just do what you're supposed to do. And part of
Yeah,
that,
that's the big question. How do you repair your credit when it's destroyed?
Well, that's just it. That's a very fucking slow process. You can destroy your credit instantly, and fucking
Yeah.
it'll take you years to get
Yeah,
back
it'll
like
take you
fucking
100
10
years to
points.
do it.
That's the
Exactly.
well,
downside.
again,
I'm a good person. I can work hard, but they can't.
right? No. They
count-
don't care.
They can't count on that word, and I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
Well, also understand that. So it's called the Fair Isaac. You have to understand also that your credit score is sort of like a weapon. It's very similar in a way to the social credit score in China, or it's like our version of it. So have you heard of the social credit score in China?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
And
I
they're
mean,
trying to
over
bring
there,
it here.
well, in a way, they already have through the credit score,
Yeah.
because and what I'm trying to say is you can think of it this way. Doug, you still there? Yeah, Doug, you're still there.
Yeah.
The credit score here in the United States, in a way, yeah, it's true. If you have good credit, that's good. You can use it. But you can also see it that way. It is also a weapon that the ultra rich use against the working classes because they know
Yes.
we don't have the capital to keep our credit score up. Most of the time, you know how people crash their credit? It's not even a job loss, it's sickness.
Yeah,
So
sickness is the biggest one.
something medical will come up and like, oh, I have like $10,000 in medical bills, and I also happen to lose my job because I'm sick.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes my credit. It's like, wait, now you can't. Now it crashes you almost like a plane crashes out of
It
the air. Like,
does.
now
It
you
only
can't.
takes one. Yeah,
Now you
and
can't buy a house.
yeah.
Now you can't. No one will sell you a car except
No.
exorbitant interest rates, right?
Yeah.
So here comes
Just
usury.
one bad mark is all it takes.
So now they're rationalizing stealing your money. So again, what I'm trying to say is don't beat yourself up. The best you can do is learn how to play the game better. I'm sorry to put it that way.
No, that's fine. I appreciate your input.
Well, the way it works with the credit system here, I spent a year building up my credit, and I ended up missing a payment on a fucking phone bill because it was just literally a day late because it took a processing time, right? But it should have been put in a day prior.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was already going in. It's just they had reached their deadline and the next day it was paid, but the mark was already put onto my credit score. That phone bill dropped me down 35 points. The entire year that I spent fucking working on my credit was 39 points.
Right.
So they wiped out a year like that. And I had to start all over.
When you say your phone bill, I'm sorry, you mean like your cell phone bill?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm not taking the side. I'm not taking their side, but it is your fault. And I'm sorry to put it that way.
Oh, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm angry that they put it in as a missed payment, right? Only for a day. It's the fact that it affected my credit score so badly that it wiped out a year.
Right. So what I would say to you is basically the same thing. Like, think of it this way. Here's an analogy to use. Imagine we're at war. The three of us are in a trench, right? We're getting shot at. We're trying to kill them. They're trying to kill us. And I'm telling you not to bob your head up. Basically, stay low. Never stand up. Always just crouch around. And you're like, why? And this is wrong. And this is unfair. And it's like, yeah, you're right. It is unfair. All of this sucks, but this is how it is because this is how the ultra rich fuck us. This is one of the ways.
Either way, I'm with Sammy now, and I don't even bother with credit score. Don't bother with it.
Right now, I'm just.
And you know what's fucked up though? The more I fucking stopped using it and stopped worrying about it, the higher it went. And now, this is
basically. Oh God! When it comes to credit, here in America, there's 6 major factors to your credit score. Three are strong, have a high impact. 2, 1 medium impact. 2 low impact, and there's a whole, they have classes on it and all this, and it really just comes down to this. We're moving towards a society where people need to become a little bit more financially savvy. It literally is getting to the point, if you don't, because most people don't have tons of capital, but they can get credit. If you don't have good credit here in the United States of America, you're like a plane without fuel. You can't get a house, you can't get a car, you can't even get an apartment anymore. I mean, some of this should be illegal. People need the ability to have a place to live. But if you have terrible credit, everyone can leave you fuck off. Where are you going to go?
That's it. Yeah.
Well, either way, gentlemen, this has gone on way longer than I had hoped, and we've gone way off the beaten path. But I want to appreciate or thank you. Oh fuck! I see. I'm that tired. I can't even think straight. I want to thank you all for coming because I do appreciate every one of you. Um, I am going to drop the link one more time if you guys want to chat in the backstage. That's totally fine. Father Saunders said he was going to pop in, but
Get
he's
in
obviously
there,
drifted.
Saunders.
He's drifted off, man. He's drifted. But I am at 199 subs. I kind of thought Sammy would push it over to the 200, but didn't. That would have been a nice way to end the night. 200
Get
subs.
in here, Chris Mitchell.
I am here.
Oh,
When you say 200 subs, are you talking about your channel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. No, I didn't know how many subs you had.
Well, 199. It's been there for a while, bouncing back from 199 to 198. But
Okay.
you know what? This week, well, last couple of weeks, I've been obviously busy on a job here and whatnot, but this job's coming to an end, and hopefully I'll have a few days to sit and spend with you guys and go over a bunch of things and
get in
you know,
here, JR.
get back in touch with my homies. Oh, but there he is. You know what?
Saunders,
this
damn
week,
it.
well, last couple of weeks, I've been
Saunders,
I hear
busy on a
myself.
job here and whatnot, but this job's
Saunders.
Dude, you and I are tied. We're both at 199. I just looked at my shit too.
Oh fuck! Anybody want to make $5? I gotta beat Saunders.
Let me
Hey,
check
look,
my channel here real
I'll
quick.
give
I want to see if it's
everybody
still
in
there.
here $5.
Oh no, I lost two. You fucker,
Oh.
I lost two. I got 197. I was at 199, just like you were. So I must too. Well, I don't know what I did. I don't know why two people would unsub, but it is what it is.
Well, hey man, I'm willing to show people your naked butthole for one more.
Good to see you, Saunders.
Anyway, Father Saunders, can you talk to us for a couple minutes about your credit? Do you have any words of wisdom?
Oh, I got it. 200, homie.
You got
Oh, there
200.
we go.
Got 200.
Oh, Chris, you guys failed me. You guys failed. You failed me.
I
No,
still
I just-
love you, buddy.
To get back to you, Cowboy, yes, I will. Chris, good job. Congratulations. I didn't even know. I looked at it the other day and I'm like, what the hell? I'm at 199. I didn't even realize because I don't actively look at that. And I just happened to do it that day. And I'm like, oh, shit. But I've also had videos all the way back from 2013 as well.
Yeah, mine are not nearly that old.
I had great credit until one slip up, and then it went to shit.
God dang, man. Even I can tell it in my face. I'm losing weight a little bit too quickly, I think. Shit.
Yeah. Dude, I've lost 38 pounds in a month and a week. So
That's a lot really quickly.
Wow, wait. I'm sorry, Chris Mitchell. You lost 38 pounds in 5 weeks.
yeah, dude. Like seriously,
Huh?
even my pants that I bought like just a couple months ago because I was gotten so fucking fat that none of my other pants fit. Right now, I can do them up and they'll fall right down to my fucking ankles.
Nice.
That's where they usually are. Whenever Saunders comes on, the pants usually just come off.
I don't know what to tell you. It's
Father
got to be that
Saunders,
sexy
you know.
Flanders, stupid sexy Flanders.
No,
But yeah, you know what I kind of contribute it to. Like I was trying to eat, a lot better, right? Eating out of the garden, stuff like that, and trying to cut back on the pop. But I think a lot of it I contributed to those fucking quit smoking pills.
Oh, do you take Chantix?
Champix? Yes, I was
Dude, that
taking
gave me
those.
the most vivid nightmares I've ever had, dude.
Yeah, that goes away after a while. But
Did it give
the
you some crazy
nausea.
fucking shit?
No, the nausea. The nightmares at first were fucking horrible. But
It
the
was
nausea, even though you're eating all the time, you don't want to. So you eat enough to get rid of the nausea, right? And it must just fucking like speed up your metabolism because I was dropping fucking weight. Dude, it got to the point here where last week I was like, either it's the smoking pills that I'm on or I've got stage 4 cancer. And that was the only two fucking options I could figure out. There's
Well,
no
let's hope
way.
it's not the latter.
Yeah, dude, like my face is starting to slim right out. My
Yeah,
fucking
I can
That's
even
good.
tell, and usually you can't tell because you look at yourself in the mirror every day, and I'm looking at my screen now, and I'm like, oh shit, my shit's getting sunken in, but I'm still I'm 196 pounds, so it's not like I'm light.
Dude,
But
I'm 188
188.
That's great.
from 219 to 188.
There's
That's
only
powerful.
one difference. You're 188, my 196. The only difference is that my 196 is 196 pounds of twisted steel and fucking sex appeal.
I suppose.
Oh god.
Yeah. Also, how tall are you? You're like 6'1".
I'm 6 foot even.
You're 6 foot even. I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm 72 inches exactly.
yeah, being
Did you quit smoking? Did you say that?
who, me?
Yeah.
No, I was on pills to quit smoking, and I still haven't quit.
Oh, you still haven't quit. Okay, never mind.
No, I stopped taking the pills because when the guys came to visit, like I said, these things make you fucking nauseous all day long. So when the guys
I
came,
never had that. I never had the nauseous part, if I remember right, but I remember the nightmares for sure.
yeah, well, that too. But when the guys came here to visit and I wanted to take them out and do things with them, I didn't want to be fucking nauseous, right? So I just stopped taking them and just kept on smoking, basically.
No judgment. I smoked for 6 years in college. I just I'm sorry. I guess I thought you were saying, I'm sorry. I just misunderstood you. I thought you said you started taking Chantix and then therefore you quit smoking, and then at the same time or concurrently you lost all this weight. I was like, huh. Usually people gain weight when they quit smoking.
Well, that's what
a lot of it too is that habit of hand to the mouth.
Yeah.
When it comes to smoking, that's why a lot of people, because smoking does kind of curb your appetite and all that stuff. It's true. But a lot of it also, when people gain that weight, is not just a combination of age, which definitely is a factor in your genetic predispositions, but it's that freaking habit of hand to mouth, from smoking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the smoking thing.
I still chew tobacco. I've tried to quit, guys, and I used to smoke too when I was in college, like you, Cowboy. I stopped smoking when I was 26, I think, because I would go off and on. I'd chew, and if I chewed, I didn't smoke, and if I smoked, I didn't chew. And then I got into menthols. Menthols were my favorite. I hated them at first, then I loved them.
I can't stand.
Yeah, I couldn't either when I first started, but then I got like used to them. That's what I was smoking, and I could tell even at, I think it was 26, 27, right around there, I was coughing a lot more than I should be, and so I think it was starting to really affect me. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to be done with this, because my dad smoked for 50 years.
Right.
My dad passed away at just under 120 pounds. He had chronic COPD, chronic bronchitis, and emphysema. He didn't have lung cancer, but everything else, he had that big barrel chest because of all the coughing. Your cough sacs expand and shit. And my dad wasn't but 120 pounds, man. It was not cool to watch him fade away the last 4 years of his life.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to get slimmed down and fucking get my sex appeal back. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, like, compared to what I used to be upper body wise, I've even noticed that since I've lost the weight, like my forearm size is not as it used to be. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to look thinly.
Old.
Well, if you look at some of my thumbnails, man, I was jacked, dude. I don't have that size now. Not even close.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that, because the back surgery, I had to lose that weight because my back's just like, look, motherfucker, we ain't having it.
Yeah.
And and so it sucks.
How old are you now, Chris Mitchell?
I'm 43.
I'm gonna be 40 in November.
Okay.
Big 4-0.
The big 4-0. They say everything's downhill from there.
What was your question, real quick, if you don't mind? Sorry to interrupt you, Chris. With Cowboy about credit.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry. We were talking about multiple subjects before you had joined, and one of them we did start talking about credit. And what's his name? Doug. Doug is having kind of a hard time right now.
Doug being under 500 is fucking horrible, and I'm sorry that happened to you, because below 500 credit is fucking horrible.
It is, yeah. I was sitting on a 700 credit score, and then I went to CDL school, and then I came off the road with that company, and then they fired me, and then they turned that debt over to collections, which took my 700 to below 500.
Yeah, and that's
And
that's
yeah,
awful. That's
and
awful, man. I'm
so
sorry to hear
all,
that.
yeah, I was just trying to like get my fucking life moving forward, and but now I'm gonna sit on this railroad job, which is
Is
coming.
is that Union or BNSF or what is that?
That's BNSF. But the only problem that I can think in my head is that where am I gonna live with a below with a
Well,
terrible credit
where
score?
are you living now? Where are you living now?
So when I go there, I'll have to get an apartment. So
Where
I,
where are you living now?
I got an apartment here in my hometown.
Okay, so you do have a place to live. You do have a place to collect mail. I mean, so
Hmm.
you know, to get a new place, right? That the credit's going to be an issue, but for right now,
I hope it's not, but
and unless you can schmooze, unless you know the landlord, or the landlord will look the other way, and half the landlords they'll still give you a chance. But yes, there are other
okay.
places. Oh,
If you have good references and you have your first month deposit and your first month rent, generally speaking, they're going to give it to you.
Okay.
If you have that
Okay.
right, if you have that right away, because it's showing right up front that hey, even if he's got this money right here, right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that won't be a problem because when I go to the training, I'm just going to be getting paid living in a hotel while I go to the training, which is 15 weeks. So I'll actually have the money. I'll have the money, but I won't have the credit, if that
Gotcha.
makes sense.
what's your what's your story, Father Saunders? Just for a
Well,
second.
my credit along with Doug, my credit was 726, and then I got divorced, and unfortunately, it dropped significantly because there was a lot of complications that came into play about who should get what with the asset division, and I even put up $1,000 of my own money so that the house that I got kicked out of wouldn't be foreclosed on because I didn't want to worry about my children. Do they have a place to go? So on top of the 49,000 that I put in my lawyer, that's paid off, thank God. I put 1,000 down so that house wouldn't get closed on because she missed it. Well, my name was still on that. Then my name
Yeah.
was also still on the Suburban that we had that's now paid off. So it didn't go into collections, it didn't get that far or anything like that. But because of things like that, it was just such a negative hit that it dropped to the low 600s. Now I've built it back up. I think I'm in 673 now, which it's not bad. It's not,
Yeah, good.
you
That's
know,
good. But the
so
point is,
that was me every month making sure I paid, and then I'd also always pay if I could to the principal balance to get it paid down quicker and save on that interest over the life of the loan, which is what I recommend all you guys should do. If you have any extra money, throw it at that fucking principal. Get that shit done.
yeah.
You know, and I know it's hard. I'm in a position now that a lot of guys aren't. I'm medically military retired. A lot of guys don't have that. I get paid a monthly salary for injuries sustained during my service, and a lot of guys don't have that. And I don't recommend you guys go to war so you can get money. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, bad
Just
idea.
happened to work out that way after 7 years of back and forth with the VA. Things worked out, and I'm able to do what I do now. But I understand a lot of guys, like, I know what it's like to have $2 and change in your account. It's fucking god awful.
Yeah.
I know what it's like.
With all your I think it was your PTSD, or I'm sorry, your short term memory loss. I was surprised that the Chantix gives you such terrible dreams. I mean, you shouldn't be able to remember them.
That was way before I even went to the military when I tried Chantix. It was almost like when it first came out, you know how doctors will have like a bunch of free samples.
Yeah.
So I was trying those, and because I did the patch too and all that shit, and
Sorry, that was just a dumb joke. By the way, Brandon Trueblood, he also chews. I had never seen this before. He took out a those round cylindrical things of chew, and he takes the lid off of it, and I expected to see a whole bunch of like loose chew, and I thought he'd grab some and stick it, like subbuccal, between his cheeks, Anyway, the It wasn't like that at all. They were like in these tiny little sacks. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, hold on.
Tiny little sacks.
Yeah, he's probably talking about shit like this right here because it's what I chew too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, now that would make more sense. I don't like chew because all you can get here is like the very fine
It's,
fucking little cutlets.
It's pouches.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does Copenhagen too. He does Copenhagen too. But the point is, you know, I when I went to university, I would hang out with all these cowboys, and they would all chew, and it was loose. It was loose chew. You grab
Yeah.
it.
So you either had long cut or you had fine cut, or you had Copenhagen, which is original, which looked like grounds of coffee.
Yeah, grounds of coffee.
Yeah, it's hard as shit
Yeah.
to even grab a dip. It was
Yeah, that's what they use here. Like
Mm.
I would probably chew tobacco if it was in like strands or even like the
Long
tobacco
cut.
nut, the knots that I mentioned to you. Remember I said you can't buy these tobacco knots that they make? Well, you guys have them in the States, and it looks like just a tobacco leaf that's rolled up and then tied into a fucking knot.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that Redmond plug where you bite it off?
Yeah, you bite it off,
Yeah.
just like you would
We
bite
have
off a
that-
piece
we
of
still have
cigar.
that too. We have Beech Nut, Levi Garrett, and Redmond would be the three biggest leaf plugs. Redmond
Yeah.
plug would be what you'd bite off.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
if we had that here, I'd probably give up like the actual smoking and go to chewing.
Well, and another reason why I use the sacks that I just showed you guys is number one, you can't even tell I have it in my mouth. And number two, you couldn't see it all gritty in your teeth. And the jobs that I worked at were medical, so you had to wear the face mask and everything.
Mm.
And so I can't chew regular chew, but if I put a pouch in, no one's going to know. As
Yeah.
long as they don't talk to me and smell it in my breath, I was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what Brandon Trueblood said. He was like, yeah, in these sacks, it's just more sanitation. It's more sanitation orientated. It's
Yeah.
all held within that sack. You're not going to have the stuff, you know, between your teeth, and you know you got your hand in there trying to clean it out. And no, it's just in that sack, and then it's subbuccal, so you put it between your gum and your cheek, and it just sits there for 10 minutes.
I've got one on each side.
Oh, okay, you got a double gun here. Got a
Yep.
double gun. Okay.
Hey, Father Saunders, thanks for being my friend, man. You're awesome.
Oh, well, thank you.
And
Thanks for saying I'm a good looking dude. Appreciate
Hey,
Well-
hey,
it.
Sexy Flanders for a
Hey.
reason, man.
hey, Saunders. You know I'm your friend. You know, I hope you know I'm your friend.
Well, you know, I hang in the background. I mean, it doesn't mean that I'm not there, but sometimes I pull away. Like even lately, I've been thinking about if I want to keep my StreamYard because at first I was going, you know, hard. Now I'm not even getting close to the 20 or 25 hour mark. I don't know if I should keep it or not, to be honest with you.
Well, I like everybody in this chat right now, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew I'm on your side and I like you, and I'm praying for you, and thanks for being my friend, man. You know,
Hey,
Hey,
no
man.
problem. I'm just a dude.
Thanks for having us.
I'm just a dude sitting here talking in his fucking basement.
well, but my lord, I'm sitting on the precipice of a awesome ass job, and it all came because you guys are cool people and you like hanging out with a goofy bastard from Southeast Missouri. You know, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Oh, really?
That's
You're-
what I like about this, and that's why I'll keep my channel going the way it's going. Fuck
Yeah.
the usury.
And I know I'm a little goofy, but I hope you guys can forgive that.
Oh, dude, if you weren't a weirdo, dude, we wouldn't be here because I like weirdos. Okay, I just don't like fucking weirdos. But weirdos are my people.
Yeah, as long as
Weirdos
you
are
ain't
my
got.
people. Fucking weirdos. That's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
those
happy
are the guys
Saunders
pushing.
is hanging out, man. It's been a while since I talked to you. I'm like, man, this is good. And I love you too, Chris.
You too, brother.
You know, I love you too, Cowboy. I'm on your side too, man.
Well, he's a
Right.
bit of a waffler.
It's okay.
wish me luck. I start my new job on Monday, so you know, and I wish you luck as well. Like I said, you know, do yourself a favor. You know, go online and look up the credit game, and there's 6 major tenants that make up your credit, and blah blah blah, and open up a credit card, and yeah, it's terrible. It's they try to suck you in, man. You know,
I
try
know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I got a bit of a story to share with you on the back end, but I want to shut this down here, guys, because my ass is killing me, and
Yeah.
I really need to stand up.
I'll
But
see you guys later.
I
Big
want
out,
to
Jeff.
thank everybody for coming, everybody in the chat, and all you guys that have donated to the event that I got planned here for the kiddos. You guys are spot on with me, and like I said, I'm going to keep doing it the way I do it, and I'll keep my morals intact just for you guys. Hopefully I'll have some great footage of the event. I know it's over a month away, but you know what? I'm a big fan of the Halloween, man. So I'm ready to go out and start fucking decorating today.
Well, fall is my favorite time of the year, both for its weather and its colors.
That's right.
Yeah, I
And
love
we
it
now
too.
got trees turning color here, so it's here.
It's beautiful, and the temperature is where I like it.
That's right.
Gosh,
All right, guys.
Yep.
Stick around in the chat if you want. I will drop the link one more time, and we're gonna go to backstage, and I'm gonna stand up for a while.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you all for coming tonight, and I'll try to get something going for tomorrow evening. Peace
All right.
out.